It's been a while, hasn't it? Since my last SNN episode, there hasn't been much going on for a month. Hasn't it, guys? So I'll make it up to you today by making a new SNN video. So let's get started. News reporting from May 15th of 2021. 3 days before my birthday. Well, let's just hope it's worth it. First stop, the United States of America. Yippee! Now in the US, after 17 years of life underground, cicadas start coming out as adults, and they will from then on live for another 4 to 6 weeks, during which time they will lay new eggs on the bark of trees. After those eggs hatch their little babies, those little babies will go underground again and live underground for another 17 years before coming out. So basically almost 2 decades. That is a very complicated life story, cicadas. I'm just glad I wasn't in the US when that happened. But ignoring all that, we have arrived at the end of Destination 1, United States of America. Destination 2, Aysén, Chile. And in Aysén, Chile, conservation is correction, please. Conservationists? Yeah. Okay. Conservationists in Patagonia are bringing back the rayas, and which are an endangered flightless bird. And these pantagayas is in the southern part of Argentina and Chile. And last month, 14 rayas were released in the Patagonia National Park as part of a program to getting these guys back. The conservationists started with 20 birds in 2014, but now they work with 50 more of them, meaning there are now 70 of them. Next up, Portugal. Bong 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 bong. Portugal. Oh look, Portugal. And here is a record-breaking bridge that opened. And the world's longest pedestrian suspension bridge has recently opened in northern Portugal. And the bridge stretches over stretches over 516 meters across the gorge and has 175 meters above the Paiva River. And Hugo Xavier, the first person to actually walk across it, said he was a little afraid at first, but he said it was worth it. And the bridge actually took 2 years to build. At least they have some nice sturdy walls for support. I just hope the whole bridge doesn't fall down like what happened in Meet the Coors episode 3 beginning. Let's go to Morocco. Destination reached. Destination reached. Dun 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 dun. And in Casablanca of Morocco, a woman from Mali has given birth to not 1, not 2, but 9 babies in one go. As I said earlier, not 1, not 2, not even 5, but 9 babies. 4 boys and 5 girls in a hospital in Morocco. 2 months early, in fact, from the normal birth. Each weighed between 500 grams all the way to 1 kilogram when they were born during the 2 months earlier birth. And the mother, Halima Sisse, and her children are all said to be actually doing well, guys. At least that's so nice. And the babies are expected to stay in care for at least 2 more months. So I'm guessing that they would be about a year old by now. And 10 doctors and 25 paramedics have actually helped at the birth. Spain! Dun 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 dun. And in Barcelona, Spain, COVID restrictions are lifted. Yippee! COVID restrictions are lifted! Not here, though. Wang, 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 wang. Now, the people in Spain have been celebrating on May 8th as the country ended its state of national emergency following the COVID-19 pandemic, which I've already made a video on. And restrictions have been in place for 6 months. So people have had to be home by a certain time and travel on the country, and that was strictly limited. So the restrictions remain in 4 of Spain's 19 regions, But in Barcelona, there were parties on the beaches and streets. I wonder when the COVID-19 will completely be gone. Well, it'll have to be in soon. I mean, we've already done it for almost 3 years now. Yeah, it's been here for about 2 years, 2 to 3 years. And that's all I'm going to say for now. And next up, we have France! Bonjour, monsieur! Yeah, I don't think that was French, but at least bonjour was French. Anyways, in la couture Cambrésis, what? Say what?
Le Cateau Cambrésis.
Le couture Cambrésis, what? Which translates to the couture Cambrésis. I'm just going to say that's a good on Papago. Here there is a stunt school that is training for the film industry's future stunt women. And from jumping out of helicopters all the way to practicing flight, the women will actually play the actors' doubles, and stuntmen used to wear wigs to just make them look like women. But nowadays, stunt women are the real deal. Let's go to Africa. Let's go to Africa. Africa! And in Africa, new research has shown that there are 4 species of giraffes. And until now, conservationists have only recognized just one of the species as one of the tallest living mammals. And the species actually look pretty similar apart from slight variations in their patterns. The main difference are in their genes, which contains all of their instructions for how an individual creature will grow. And scientists hope the findings will help conservation efforts. Let's go to Kalangwa, Uganda. At least I think that's how you pronounce it. And in Kalangwa of Uganda, the first drone has taken off in a new project to deliver some life-saving medicines to remote areas of Uganda. And there are now 20 flights scheduled each month. So the medicines are loaded onto these drones, which fly on the way to some 84 islands in Lake Victoria. And government officials like Henry Mubese say that these using medical drones is a huge step. And I also think so too. I mean, Kalangwa and Uganda, I mean, look at their flag for heaven's sake. It's like double Germany. Sorry if I offended you, Ugandans. But at least they have some pretty good steps in innovation. And then in Kabul, Afghanistan, we arrive here. At least that's where Afghanistan is. Yeah, that's where Kabul, Afghanistan is. This is where the tragedy actually happens. There's a deadly attack on a secondary school, and at least 68 people have died, and more were injured by the bombs that exploded outside a girls' secondary school in the capital of Kabul on May 8th. And many of the victims were actually pupils, and the government blamed the Taliban, a group with extreme Islamist views, for the attack. However, the Taliban has denied being involved at all. And this is a picture of people mourning in Afghanistan. Now let's go on to a more happier mood. Tokyo. And in Tokyo of Japan, a test event has been declared delayed for the Olympics. More than 400 athletes actually took part in a test event for the Olympic Games in Tokyo. And the games were meant to take place last summer, but were delayed by the pandemic. And there are growing calls for the games to be postponed again because Tokyo is under a state of emergency following a rise in the coronavirus infections. That is so lame. Why did they do all that? Because of COVID. Yes, that's a good reason. Actually, that's a pretty good reason. But I just hope you guys really do understand what all of the news I just talked to you about on May 15, 2021 is about. I've lived through all these events, and probably when I'm old, I could just tell those students some boring stories about me, or just tell them to watch this video if YouTube still exists then. But that is the end of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you guys did enjoy this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Shana out. Peace.